subscribe. Tariq Radio. Like and subscribe.
Did y'all see what Trump did? Trump just sat up here talking about he declared Antifa a terrorist organization in response to Charlie Kirk getting killed. Did y'all see that? And everybody's like, what? But they're desperate, man. This is just insane. Antifa didn't have nothing to do with that. Antifa ain't even Antifa's not an organization, family. There's no such thing as Antifa. It's not a group. It's not an organization. It's just being anti-fascism. So, family, this is I'm white and I say so on steroids. That's a desperate deflection from the white on white violence. Charlie Kirk was killed by a white man and from a Republican family. Nothing to do with Antifa, nothing. So look, they need a boogeyman to distract from that fact. So you blaming Antifa, that just shifts focus away from the internal rot within those right-wing white supremacist circles. And what they're doing, they have to invent an enemy to reignite the base. See, Trump is using the Antifa thing. That's a mythical scapegoat. That's an invisible army of leftists so they can blame for unrest or criticism. So that energizes the base. That gives them a cartoonish villain to hate. No, that's a classic authoritarian move, man. You create a fake enemy and then position yourself as the savior. Antifa is not a damn organization. It's not a centralized group with members, no leadership, no headquarters. It's just a loose ideology. That's it. It's a loose ideology of people who oppose fascism. So trying to label that a terrorist organization, that's like saying vegetarians are terrorists. I'm gonna label the vegetarians a terrorist group. That's the same thing. It's literally the same thing. Yeah, that's come on. Yeah, that don't make no damn sense. And also, a lot of legal experts are saying Trump don't really have no legal authority to declare domestic groups terrorist organizations. See, under current U.S. law, only foreign entities can be designated as terrorist organizations. See, the U.S. State Department, they maintain that list, and it really only applies to international threats. So a lot of them are saying Trump doesn't have the legal authority to designate domestic political movements as, quote, terrorist. So I think a lot of legal experts are kind of confirming this, if I'm not mistaken. So again, this is the I'm white and I say so on steroids. When the law doesn't support people's goals, the white supremacists start doing the I'm white and I say so rule, which is basically raw power without any justification. All of this stuff is getting real performative now. And, it does set a dangerous precedent, for criminalizing dissent because labeling decentralized protest movements as terrorists, that allows the state to target activists, journalists, even bystanders. And you can just say anybody's Antifa. If you're going to go there, if you're going to make up an organization, if you're going to make it up from scratch, you can claim anybody's a part of it. If you're going to do on white and I say so, and then that opens the door for mass surveillance, mass arrests, suppression of political speech. So it's a real dangerous precedent even going there. But these people are really, really cannibalizing each other internally. You know? Let me get Cousin Jerry in the building. Cousin Jerry in the building. Cousin Jerry in the building.
Hey,
What's up,
Flex.
cuz? How are you?
Nothing much, man. Pretty good. How about
I am
yourself?
good. What's going on?
Not much. I just want to talk about they pushing this thing about political
Yeah.
violence. September the 15th, 1963, the 16th Street Baptist Church in Birmingham was
Yep.
bombed. 4 little girls was killed. One of those little girls had a sister named Sarah Collins Rudolph. She's still alive.
Yeah.
And they're talking about that this is political violence. We still have some of our ancestors that were victims of their racial political violence. We had little girls, one little girl that's still alive, and I want the family to go to her website and show her some love. Her name is Sarah Collins Rudolph, and she's never been compensated. She has been pretty much lost to history, except for those of us that are in
Yeah.
Birmingham. While they're trying to make a solid racist a hero, we have actual people, and I don't want our people to forget that. Continue to stay
Absolutely.
calm. Continue to show them themselves. And like Flex said, the pendulum is swinging, man.
Yes, indeed. My man, thank you so much, Cousin Jerry. And the
All right, Flex.
sir, let's get Vaquero.
Hey, how you doing,
I'm good,
Tariq?
man. How are you?
Oh, good, good. I wanted to ask you a question. Have you seen this narrative from the right wing going on that supposedly that, they were talking about there's free speech absolutists, but all of a sudden they're saying that there's free speech, but with consequences, you know? Obviously they've been trying to get people fired for criticizing the death of, making fun of the death of Charlie Kirk. But I just find it funny that all of a sudden that, now, these people that were making fun of George Floyd, were making fun of Trayvon Martin, were making fun of, certain issues that affect non-whites. All of a sudden that now that's free speech. Oh, now there's consequences. If you offend us, all of a sudden we're gonna try to get you fired. We're gonna try to expose you. I just find that hypocritical from the
Yeah,
right that they're
yeah,
doing that all of a
yeah. And
sudden.
a lot of people are calling it out. Yeah, the hypocrisy is very open and it looks desperate. And they're making just bold white supremacy plays. They're trying to practice open white supremacy now. See, they're not even using the veil of law. They're getting sloppy right now. See, they're just doing blatant "I'm white and I say so," which is the rule core of white supremacy. But it's supposed to stay hidden, though. See, that's the thing. When you pull the "I'm white and I say so" card, you're supposed to do it in a way where you can hide that. So you cover it up with a lot of words and gibberish and laws and bullshit talking points. See, that's the heart of white supremacy. That's an unwritten law. Is the literally "I'm white and I say so." That's the ultimate trump card. Yeah, we saw George Floyd get a knee on his neck, but we're white and we say he got a drug overdose. You understand? Yeah, we know George, what's his name? George Zimmerman was chasing Trayvon Martin, but we're white and we say Trayvon Martin was chasing him and Trayvon Martin was the aggressor because we're white and we say so. We know that Jordan Neely wasn't a threat on no train. He didn't threaten nobody. He wasn't going to hurt nobody. And a white man came and stuck up from behind him and killed him. But we're white and we say he was self-defense. The white man felt threatened. The white man was the victim because I'm white and I say so. Yeah, that's it. So that's their trump card. And they use it when logic and law and fairness doesn't work in their favor. See, that's the authority of whiteness declaring guilt or innocence based on nothing but opinion and power. So the danger now is that the white supremacists are invoking this shit openly. They're not even hiding behind policy now, or even law or fake objectivity. They've thrown the Constitution out. If you talk about our white supremacist hero, you're out of here. See, they've run out of excuses. So now they're defaulting into raw racial power, just like they did in Jim Crow. See, when the white supremacists, they can no longer justify censorship or punishment through legal or moral frameworks, they fall back on raw authority. You're out of here because I don't like what you said. Yeah, I say it was offensive. Yeah, your joke. Yeah, it seemed harmless to you, but I'm white and I say it was this. I'm white and I say it was that. That level of desperation, that shows a system that's collapsing under its own contradictions, which is good. You know? And they love targeting us with that, well, I'm white and I say so nonsense. Where they can do threatening things to us and they face little or no consequences. But if we say we don't like Asian food, oh, I don't like this Chinese food, or you get your ass out there and apologize. You know, so they're putting the racial imbalance on display. And once that I'm white and I say so rule becomes blatantly obvious, the legitimacy of the system starts to crumble. See, white supremacy, it depends on them maintaining the illusion of fairness. You at least got to have the illusion of you being fair. See, that's why the I'm white and I say so shit has to be cloaked in legalese and HR policies and PR statements and community guidelines and all that stuff. Just like when they discriminate against black children with their hair. You know, they use hair. Well, the policy says, well, you can't have cornrows. It's not racism. It's just we can't have you here because you have cornrows in our policy. It was here long before you got here. You can't have cornrows. Wink, wink. You know, the little shit like that. Which is I'm white and I say so. It's I'm white and I say so. White kids, you never ever see discrimination against white kids because of their hair. They can go in with a punk rock hairstyle, pink, green, orange colors. They can still get in. They're never ever discriminated against anything to do with their hair at all. They got these emos and goth kids. They are never ever discriminated against as far as nothing. You understand what I'm saying? But the black kid, you get braids. Hey, well, I got to disqualify you, Tyrone. Oh God, sorry. Sharquisha, those dookie braids. I'm sorry. Sorry, those are policy. That's you look at paragraph 8. Those big old dookie braids. That's against the policy. I'm sorry. They always play that shit with us. Yeah, it's not white not say so. You see. But now that veil is being pulled back, so more people are realizing that there was never a fair system. So that realization, it erodes trust in schools, corporations, media, government, all of these institutions that these white supremacists are running. It's being delegitimized now. And that backlash, that's going to be a global and a generational backlash when the world sees them invoke the I'm white and I say so rule over arbitrary things, where the whiteness, for the most part, especially white supremacy, gets protected for everything, and blackness is punished for every little thing we do. And nobody's going to really want to support that system that's blatantly built on a racial whim like that. See, the white supremacists, they're showing and exposing their own playbook. So they make it easier for people to understand how white supremacy works. It's not abstract. See, white supremacy is supposed to be abstract, but now that it's visible, it's in real time, it's racialized. We're seeing the contradictions. So that galvanizes the victims of white supremacy. You see, that's what they don't want. And also, listen, desperation, that's always a last phase before collapse. No empire openly uses brute power unless it's running out of options. That's weakness when you have to use raw, brute racial power. That's a weakness. And the fact that the white supremacists keep trying to invoke the I'm white and I say so tactic with no mask, that shows they're panicked. And when, history, when they show that oppressive systems stop pretending to be fair and they go full authoritarian, that's usually followed by an internal collapse, an internal or some kind of rebellion or some kind of mass rejection of that system by the people. Yeah, all that shit where you're gonna put the National Guard and all that stuff, and which does nothing, by the way. The whole National Guard, that's a horse and pony show. That's not stopping anything. That doesn't stop crime. Don't let nobody lie to you. Those National Guard in DC, that ain't really doing anything. That's just optics. There's still been homicides in DC, by the way. There's been like 7 or 8 homicides since the National Guard been out there. It's not stop. You don't stop anything by putting the military out there. You don't stop crime like that. Police don't stop crime. You understand? Local police don't stop crime. You understand? You stop crime by addressing the economic conditions that caused the crimes in the first place. That's how you stop it. You know, you can't just militarily go out there and just we're just gonna smash down on everybody. Yeah, there you go. Now you won't create crime because we here. No, there's crime still happening. And you're wasting a whole bunch of damn money. You're pissing off all the tax dollars. All right, let's get Brad. Brad, you in here?
Yeah, I'm in here. Yeah, I mean, I was just kind of thinking. I mean, I don't. That's. I guess I just feel like it's not necessarily black or white. I feel like we're all just green, man. I mean, what if we're just all aliens and we all just need to stay each other? But the way they divide the aliens, the green aliens up, is to say that they're black and white. I mean, I don't know. It was just a weird thought I was thinking of. It's. I mean, they always try to pit us against each other. What he was saying about Sarah. I don't know if I posted a picture down in there, and I just thought that was kind of interesting because I don't know. I mean, if that Sarah in Alabama's not getting anything and she's being kind of destruct, I mean, they might want to look at the Communist News Network for doing what they did to Sarah. But I don't know. There's just a couple thoughts, but I like your spaces, Tariq. Keep doing what you're doing, man. Try to keep each other together, man. That's all. That's what we need to do.
All right. So much, Brad. I appreciate you. All right. Let me get some more folks in the building. Shout out to everybody in here. We're in here deep, as we always are. I ain't gonna hold y'all too long though, because we'll be doing like 3-4 hour spaces, and we ain't doing that one. All right. Let's see who we got. Let's get those hands up. Let's get the hands up. Let's get Hingos. I think I'm saying your name right, sir. Hingos, something like that. Hingos, what's up, brother?
Do you happen to know if there's like a GoFundMe for the one kid that was suspended expelled from that Texas university because he did the slap on the neck thing, and they all went crazy, and I think a whole bunch of people was reporting him, and I think Greg Abbott got involved. Is there like do you know if there's like a GoFundMe for him?
You know,
Because
good question. We need to look into that. We need to look into that and have the family, reach out to the family. We can find them and make sure that kid is good. That's what we're gonna have to start doing, family. When our kids are being attacked, we have to circle our wagons. We have to make sure these kids are good. We can give them a couple of bucks, $2 or $3 here and there from the family. That'll help out. But yeah, I would love to reach out to the family. That's a very good idea. We need to start getting on that, man. When our folks are talking, especially the kids, because they're targeting a lot of kids now, they're targeting teens. They're really going after the young people now. Even when young people make jokes, there's a girl down in Florida, um, and they arrested her. Now I think she's not FBA. Her name, she might be Caribbean or African based on her last name, but she's like 18, and I think she kind of made a joke. She was like, "Yeah, if they somebody's coming to her school or something, like some Charlie Kirk supporters or something." She made a joke on Snapchat or something. She's like, "Yeah, it was like in a private room. Like, yeah, they come to my school, I'm shooting." Just it's talking shit. She ain't, but they went and arrested that girl. They arrested that girl. Talking about she's planning on shooting. That girl, stop it. You're just talking shit on Snapchat. Even just the context in which she said, she's clearly not gonna go shoot no damn body. But they're desperate. They're monitoring Black people's social media right now. They're looking for anything. They're monitoring school campuses right now. These people are absolutely desperate at this point. All right. Now, fam, can I get one more good call? Let's get one more good call in here, ladies and gentlemen. Let's get one more good call in here. And I appreciate everybody for being in here. We're in here deep. Everybody raise those hands. What's up, Cthulhu? Tachulu. I think that's your name. Tachulu. That's H. Lovecraft. Tachulu. And H. Lovecraft was a white supremacist. H.P. Lovecraft, I think that's his name. He was a white supremacist, by the way, who wrote The Chulu. It's about the Chulu was about this big dark monster. Very popular story. Cthulhu, Tachulu.
Yeah, Cthulhu.
Yes.
Yeah, I'm not. To be perfectly honest, I kind of use their symbolisms in, like in the reverse because I know that it's a thing that they do out of their subliminal fear. So I kind of just take that moniker up as to mock them. Like for example, when it comes to even John Zombie, basically just using that as a character of their greatest fear. But I would say this is very interesting when it comes to the whole Charlie Kirk situation, simply because it's like he brought this. When it comes to his rhetoric, he truly did bring this kind of violence to himself, and I'll tell you in what manner. Because when you take away the humanity of people, you begin to give them no place to turn.
Yeah.
And basically, he did this as a way of monetization. He tried to be like Rush Limbaugh. That's really the kind of footsteps he walked in. And when you say, well, I don't go, when you say the empathy doesn't mean anything, when you basically dehumanize people continuously, when you talk out of both sides of your face, which is what he did because these people are fork tongued, they affirm and deny. So that basically it's like a way out of being held accountable because you see a lot of these quote unquote black people who will try to take up the conservative moniker saying, well, he didn't because he wasn't racist because he said this. And it's like, look, he's talking on both sides of his face so that he can give plausible deniability. But his true intentions were rooted in systematic racism. So that's like, I can't feel sorry for the guy.
Oh yeah. Yeah. I don't have no empathy. Yeah, I don't wish any bad. I don't wish nobody to get violently harmed. But yeah, I give the same empathy he gave to black people. Tony Hill?
Hi, Tariq.
Yes, Tony. How
Hi. I wanted to ask you a question. How you doing, sir?
so
Can you hear me?
I can hear you. Yes, ma'am. What's on your mind?
Okay. I wanted to ask you about Dean Withers. Did you hear the comment about Dean Withers today? You
No,
know who he is?
no, who's that?
Dean Withers is the young white guy that went on Jubilee. He does like the 20v1. He was, oh, I'm a Democrat now, I'm this and that. And then after the Charlie Kirk situation, he switched up so quick. And then he got a call. And then he said, if I have to choose between the left or the right, I'm going to the right. And black people is what got him popular during the whole Kamala situation, right? When presidential thing was going on. Black people is what got this young white boy popular. And then today or yesterday, he was like, if I have to choose, I'm going to the right. It was crazy. I just wanted to know if you heard about that and knew about that.
Yeah, I'm not familiar with him at all. So I got to look into him though. Yeah, I'm not familiar with that gentleman. So I'll look into him. I'll see what's going on with that. Yeah, we'll see what's happening with that. So, all right. Let me get one more. Let's get one. I always say one more. Let me get one more in here. And y'all raise your hands because we do have a lot of folks in the room. We are in here deep. We're very deep in the room. Y'all raise your hands, ladies and gentlemen. You guys raise those hands and let me know you are in the building. Let's get let me see. Because people are bouncing all around and I'm trying to add folks and people are just bouncing. Let's get Abyss. Let's get Abyss in the building. Mr. Abyss.
Tariq.
I'm good, man. What's going on?
Well, so you mentioned John Lewis earlier, and I think it's funny because I actually I was represented. He used to represent my district, and so the beatings that he suffered, like the skull fracture and everything, like I don't think they were really parading him around. I think they really just wanted to show like this is like the closest thing we have like to Dr. King, before he passed away. And I thought he did some pretty good work. Um, so I just had to say that because I felt a little guilty for because I chuckled a little bit when you were doing your little impression.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
Yeah.
I give John Lewis a certain level of respect, because he was out there. He was out there in the forefront. Um, but I just wish they put the balance on it, because the impression that they give is that John Lewis was out there getting beat up and the white people felt bad about beating him and they went and passed some laws. And that's not what happened. We got
Mm.
we got to put the balance on that. We got to talk about them riders, because Malcolm knew, because people forget Malcolm went to Selma too. They don't tell you about that. Malcolm was down in Selma. They never mentioned that. And Malcolm was down there warning the white people. He's like, look, I'm down here. He said, listen, y'all better listen to some of these church going civil rights people. You better listen to them and do what they want you to do, because we come back with some of these people who ain't trying to be nonviolent. So Malcolm was out there warning and low key threatening the people in Selma. And they don't tell you that. Go look up, he got a speech. The speech is online. Look up Malcolm's Selma speech. It's online. A lot of folks don't even know that. There are a lot of stuff that they keep hidden as far as the civil rights movement. They don't tell you that Dr. King came out here to LA during the Watts riot. They don't tell you that. He came out here and the brothers and sisters said, hey, we love you, Dr. King, but yeah, we ain't about to be nonviolent. Yeah, we about to burn this bitch up tonight. They don't like to say that because it wasn't peaceful, you see. So this is why they like to control the narrative. They like to push out what they want you to push out. And usually the things that's going to teach the next generation to be docile. They don't want to show you the assertive black people who put in work. Let's get Nyla.
Hey Tariq, how are you?
I'm good, Nyla. How are you?
I'm good. So I just wanted to say that it's really interesting how the Republicans or the conservatives, whatever they call themselves, it's really interesting how during the COVID era, they were really big on not mandating people saying certain things and not being um, how they were constantly saying that they were being kicked off the internet and all these different things, and they can't see how this is directly connected when that pendulum swings backwards and these people decide they want to censor them again for speaking out on whatever happened during COVID. These things are going to affect them even more than it does us. And they can't even see that. It's amazing how short their memory is, because this was literally just happening to them. And they were getting shut down. Their doctors were getting shut down. All these different people were getting shut down. And they had like the disinformation dozen or whatever it was called. I believe Risa Islam was on there as well. But I don't understand how they can't see how this is going to affect them.
Yeah. Yeah, man. That pendulum is definitely going to swing back the other way. So yeah, they're making some desperate plays right now. They're trying to get any kind of win under their belt. They want any win. All right. Now, Ree, let's try you again, Ree. I tried to get you on, Ree. You keep raising your hand, and I keep trying to get you on here.
Yo, can you hear me, Tariq?
I can, brother.
All right, so I have like a deeper outlook on the whole Charlie Kirk situation,
Yeah, go ahead.
and what I came to was accelerationism, and pretty much what that is, it's like a different ideology within white supremacy. So we have the Democrats, the Republicans, they want to keep up like the system, and accelerationism, they don't want to keep up the system. They want the system to be abolished through like heinous crimes, like that's where you get like the mass murderers, the school shootings, all these like rogue like white men, and shooting a member, not a member, but like a person like Charlie Kirk or figure like Charlie Kirk, even though the shooter was Republican, it goes into the accelerationism because it's anti like system. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And that's really the angle I got from it.
There you go. There you go. But thank you so much, brother. I appreciate you. Let's get what's your name? Yusef. Let's get Yusef.
Hello, friend. My name is Yusuf Al Masri, 29 years old in Gaza.
Okay. All right.
I am from
Thank you.
Palestine.
Thank you. Thank you. All right. We're not doing that tonight. You bade. Hope don't you be overseas with that bullshit. You bade. All right. You bade or whatever your name is. Let me get you out of here. Y'all don't call up with that. I done told y'all about that. Don't y'all call up trying to finesse a bag. Hello, my name is Talibash. I'm in Gaza. I need $40. No, 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 no. We're not doing that. We're not doing that. All right, here y'all go. 'Cause I ain't in the mood for that. Ray, what's up, Ray? Unmute your mic.
Yes, sir. How you doing, brother?
I'm good, Ray. What's going on with you?
Just wanted to ask you something real quick. A couple of days ago, I was in the break room and I happened to look at the TV real quick, and I seen a headline on the news uh, from the Washington Post saying that the Trump administration has requested from national parks to remove a photo of a formerly enslaved man from national parks, because it's like an effort to try to clean up corrosive ideology. And I know you have some affiliation with the museums,
Oh yeah.
so I just wanted to see if you came across any headline like that,
Well,
or
yeah,
some.
they've been doing a lot of stuff to target museums. They all that with the whole anti quote woke. And again, they're trying to rewrite history. They're trying to control narratives. They're trying to um, act like they were not doing cruel, vile, white supremacist things in the past and the present now. Just look at Charlie Kirk. Okay, they're acting like we don't know he said all this racist stuff. They're like openly denying stuff that's completely verifiable. So this is just desperate. It's very, very desperate. And I like them being desperate. Desperation is good. Desperation means they're failing. And that's good. All right, let me get up out of here, family. It's been real. Everybody go to hiddenhistorymuseum.com. Speaking of museum, we need everybody to make a contribution to the Hidden History Museum family. That's why it's important for us to have our own museums. You understand? Because see, the African American History Museum out there in DC, beautiful place. It's beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. But that's connected to the Smithsonian, and that's that has oversight, and they can pick and choose the stuff they want to put in and take out based on who's in office. So it's real politicized, very politicized. Hidden History Museum, man, we put whatever we want. We just keep it 100. We talk about our icons. We're the only museum who talks about the great Dr. Francis Cress Welsing. Um, Stuff like that, man. That's it's important for us to have our own institutions where we can preserve our history and tell our history from our standpoint. Just metaphysically, that's a great thing because honoring our ancestors and honoring them for real, without being afraid and without it being sanitized, the ancestors shine back on us. The ancestors offer us the protection that we need when we give them the reverence that they need. So it's very important that we support our own thing and control the narrative of the history and keep their names alive. Just like Cousin Jerry said, one of the sisters who's still alive from the Birmingham, who's from that jail bombing, not the jail bombing, from the church bombing down in Birmingham. We need to know who these people are. We need to know these stories. We need to give props and praise to some of these legends who are still with us and some of the ones who've passed. It's up to us to do that because these people are going to rewrite history. They're going to pick and choose who the martyrs are going to be. We're seeing in real time how they're rewriting the history of Charlie Kirk in real damn time. That's how deceptive white supremacy is. So we have to have the same resolve in truth telling. Our good sister, Dr. Frances Cress Welsing, said, truth is energy, truth is power, truth is an energy that's going to reveal itself no matter what. You cannot suppress truth, it will always find a way to reveal itself. You understand? So, again, go to hiddenhistorymuseum.com. Also, get your Rootwork deodorant at rootworkstyle.com, ladies and gentlemen. All right. I'm up out of here, guys. Puppy Akute, Lolo Vuve to the family. Peace.
I'm no longer musty. I'm no longer musty. my real work on. I'm no longer musty, 'cause I got my real work on. I'm no longer musty, 'cause I got my real work on.